Hi, how are you?
Good, this is Tracy.
And this is Lizelle.
And we are making some movies for you today. Right?
Yep.
How come we're making one now?
Yeah, that was an easy prompt for me. But we were just looking out the window now, and it's the eve of the supermoon. It's a supermoon. I know that we've had a lot of attention drawn to it in the last little while, but apparently tonight is a very, very special one, or at least tomorrow. If you guys don't know, it's a really good time for setting some new intentions into place and starting some new patterns and new and positive habits that will serve you further down the line. So, yep, that was all I was going to say about the moon. How about you?
I think that I've learned a lot since you've been here, and certainly the moon is one of the things, as well as numbers. I keep having a number. My birthday is August 16th, so pretty much all my life I have seen 816. It was always a family joke to be like, happy birthday, Mom, even if it was the morning, the afternoon, didn't matter. We'd see it. It was like always in my face. And I've been seeing it a lot lately. And Lizelle knows what the numbers mean, and she can find out exactly what they mean and how to fix them. So, what do you want to talk about that?
Oh, I do, yeah. So everything is a sign, right? So this is a little bit about signs. So numbers are a way of being communicated with from something that is greater than yourself. And the cool thing about numbers is, yes, they do have meaning. So if you are seeing things like 111 or 1111 or 333, or numbers keep popping up. For me, in the last little while, it's been 47 and 47, and that has a very specific meaning for me as well, because 47 means that you're on the right path and you're moving in the right direction. So, contact me if you want to know more about numbers, because there's a lot to it, and obviously we all see very different ones, and we see different ones at different times. So it's kind of an interesting topic, but it's also a very important message or a sign that you can choose to ignore, or you can take as validation and move on with. So yeah.
And another thing that I have learned from her is animal signs. And I think that is so strange. I woke up the other day and I had a dream with bunnies and no, they weren't. Well, the coyotes were in them. And so immediately she looked up what the meanings of those were. So as you're going through life and we're in recovery, it's important to pay attention to the signs. And if you see one, I love hawks. Every time I see hawks, I get all excited, and I know that this is going to be a great day. And we look them up, and they do have a meaning, and they are bringing a message. And there's so much that if we stop and pay attention.
Yes, totally. So just to add to that little hawk thing, if you do see a hawk, it is a great sign. It is about the bigger picture. It's a powerful symbol as well. It means you're okay. You're going to be okay. And even if you can't see things on the ground right now, a hawk always has like an eagle eye perspective. That eagle eye perspective, you can see things when you're above it. So hang in there. Yeah, sure. That's a cool little thing, hey? So,
and angels.
And yeah.
Talk about angels.
Angels. Well, I work with angels, so this is the energy that I work with, and angels have very specific meanings. So when I usually work with clients, an angel or a vibration of that sort of energy will step forward, and it's very distinctive as to who it is. For me, I know who that is, and it usually tells me a little bit about what that person is going through at any given time. But you can call upon angels any old time. Don't be afraid to do that. If you're not sure who to call as well, that's okay. Just call for one that will help you in any given situation. It's always, that energy is always available to you at any given time. And no, there's not just one angel per one person. The energy of that, the vibration of that particular angel will carry across no matter who needs it in that moment. So yeah, angels are a big deal, and I call them my A-team. And they've worked for me many times over. So so angels are another way of having assistance or guidance or that kind of thing. But we've been airy fairy enough now, I think, don't you think? Let's talk a little bit more.
That's like the guts.
These people
of
are going,
something
what did we tune in here today? What was this all about? Angels, fairies? What are we talking about?
We didn't talk about fairies. I don't know anything about fairies.
Farting Corns. Oh, we didn't go there, did we? Oh, well.
Oh, no, she went there.
I did. I went there. Sorry.
Poopery, just kidding. Oh, no, that wasn't unicorn.
No,
that was the potty
poo.
squatty.
What
That
the
was potty
hell?
squat. You went there. I didn't do it.
No, it was me, all me. Okay, let's go. What are we talking about today?
All right, today we were going to talk about flying monkeys because a lot of people have flying monkeys come into their lives after a relationship with a narcissist. And this is a romantic relationship or a parental or familiar type of narcissistic relationship where they've decided to spread bad stuff about you in a smear campaign. And you had something happen recently.
Yeah. So yeah. Do you want to talk about that? Okay. So I'll say what happened to me, and then Tracy will give you an idea of what that means in the narcissist world, or in those terms. So in recent time, the fella that we were seeing together at the same time, our narc, as Tracy affectionately calls him, or not so affectionately. Okay. So he had, I don't know that he had somebody contacted me, but somebody contacted me that knows him quite well, but doesn't know me, has only met me one time. And it was a very rude, it was a very direct, and it was a very insulting message, and it was really aimed at what I do for work, and because I consider myself a spiritual person, not a spiritually evolved person as he suggested, but I'm working on it, right? He really had a dig at what I do for work, which, funnily enough, because he doesn't know me, it should not have hurt as much as what it did. But it did. And then he also, what made it very difficult for me was that he gave me no opportunity to respond. Not that I necessarily would have, but it was a little stab, and then I was blocked, and this is somebody I don't know very well at all. So he pretty much said that, he gave some really horrible character references about me, and again, like I say, doesn't know me from a bar of soap. So then Tracy explained to me that was a flying monkey. So there you go.
Pushing that smear stuff that your narcissist has taught you or taught them to tell them that they are the victim. And one thing about smear campaigns that we need to know and understand is that whatever they know is your strongest characteristic. For example, if you're a great mother, they're going to attack you for being a great mother. If you are spiritual, they're going to go for that. And they know that by going after the thing that is the most important to you, that they're going to hit the most inner part
vulnerable,
of you. Yeah, it's gonna, disrupt you. And I think the message that I want to tell everyone is, I know this is hard. Good God, I have been through it more than the average. But there is a cost to having people in our life that the narcissist is able to cling back onto. This gentleman, this man that sent this text to Lizelle clearly did not know her, and so there's a little bit of ability to kind of move past it a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But when you have a family member or you have a friend that has been gone to the dark side, if you may say, they're listening to them more than you. It's so hurtful for people when their sisters or their brothers or somebody that they love is recruiting these people. And when these people come along, it's like a messenger from them. And whether they asked them to or they didn't, this fella had him say that, just say, leave him alone. You're being mean. She hadn't even talked to him, contacted him, texted him, nothing. So where's this guy? He's sitting there in the kitchen of these people's house, and he's just complaining about how terrible you are. Why? Get over it. She did. Like, it is not anybody that consistently keeps on going after that is just evil. There's nothing that you did. There's nothing, but it doesn't mean that it didn't hurt. And I talk to people all the time that let these smear campaigns define them. And that isn't good.
No. I'm going to say something about this as well. My first reaction, and I can understand how this would extend to somebody else as well. My first reaction was to defend myself. And I was very happy that I didn't do that, because there's no need to defend myself. So I'm quite mindful that obviously, yes, like Tracy said, this man didn't know me very well, and so I was able to go, well, you know what, who is he in my life anyway? I'm letting that go. However, even if it is somebody that you know, be mindful not to have to defend yourself, because it becomes a little bit of this and then a little bit of that, and then another side of the story and then another side of the story. And always remember that actions speak louder than words. There was a wonderful analogy I heard recently, and I think it was a comedian. Honestly, I can't remember who it was, but he made such a valid point. If you've got two people, and I might swear in this a little bit, so if you've got two people, right, and one is acting like an asshole over and over again, and you then want to defend yourself against the asshole, somehow you have to employ some kind of asshole tactics to do that, right? However, if one person's acting like an asshole and the other steps back and doesn't defend themselves, at some point it becomes very apparent who the asshole is. So as much as it might be very, very, very tempting to want to jump in there and defend yourself and say things that perhaps you want to take back later, or not even, don't get into that dance, because that dance, it takes two to tango, guys, and nobody can then, on the outside, people look at that and go, well, I can't tell what's going on there. But when you're not tangoing and the other keeps attacking, it becomes apparent, who's playing the dirty game. So, yeah, don't be tempted.
And don't give them anything to use in court against you. Don't give them anything that they can categorize as stalking. We're going to make a video on that next. Yeah. I didn't tell her yet, but that's my next idea. But don't give them ammunition to use against you in a divorce and call you crazy. Take it from one who just went to make peace and forgive and landed in jail. Don't give them an excuse. That made me look crazy, apparently. And he can go around and spread his seed all over town saying that I am crazy. And the people that I'm considering casualties of war, were never really my friends, no matter what I thought. It's sad, and it's very hurtful. And if this is your family member, oh my God, it really hurts. But do what you can to be strong and just walk away.
Rise above.
Know inside, this isn't you. This is just they're playing by the freaking book and just going after what you are best. So know that you are a good mother, a good father, a good friend, whatever they're attacking you for. And know that.
And also know, nobody's perfect. So, yes, it's easy to get offended or to hold, something really dear. If somebody says to you, oh, you're lousy at this or you're bad at that, and it's easy to go, oh my gosh, that really feels like the truth and it feels hurtful. Nobody is perfect. So whoever's throwing slander at you or ever saying anything, to you that is against your character, really... Nobody has a perfect track record at all. Yeah. So, take it from where it comes. Absolutely.
Well, that's it for us. This is Tracy.
And this is Lizelle.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye.